Hello, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and momentarily Amazon Live. It is Thursday. It is 2:30 in the UK and 9:30 am on the East Coast. And we're just about to, if I go here, go to preview and go live. So we're going live on Amazon Live. And then I just need to key this in here. I've got a message on my phone saying that warning message. Let's connect. And we are connected. And if I go over to Amazon Live, I can refresh. And it is loading, which is good. And it's refreshing. It's definitely refreshing. And hopefully it'll be through in a second. Okay. And well, that's the second, isn't it? Okay, so let's go over here. And my mouse is, all right, my mouse was stuck. Okay. That's what happens when your mouse is stuck. Things don't work correctly. But hopefully all is good. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, LinkedIn. This is occasional foray onto LinkedIn with Lights, Camera, Action. And hello on Amazon Live, where people will be joining us shortly. And we had somebody watching, but they've gone now that they've seen me. Right, okay. Just a note, we're looking at a camera a moment ago, which is this one. This is the OBSBot 4K camera, and it's looking out over, it's looking out over my neighbour's gardens, Angelica and I's neighbour's gardens, and that's one of the 3 shots which are preset, and it's good. And you see, it's a beautiful sunny day. Alexa, what temperature is it?
At the moment, it's 29 degrees Celsius. Tonight, you can expect a low of 15 degrees.
It's 29 degrees Celsius, which is 84 Fahrenheit. We're in the UK. We're not built for heat. All the windows are open. There's just a gentle breeze in the air, but 84 degrees. And it's only mid-afternoon. Okay. Just a reminder that you are watching Lights, Camera, Action, which is all about webcams, microphones, audio gear, live video, and Fitbits. And Fitbits are the action part of things, so I can hide that and come back to me. Okay, so we've been out in the sun, went for a walk earlier into town, and it wasn't too busy, which was quite good, but it was hot, and we don't fare well in the heat. But I'm sat inside now in front of my BenQ monitor, which is down the carousel, and about to talk about the items that are in the carousel. If you've got any questions at all, then please do ask. Just to confirm, welcome to the broadcast with Stephen, live from England, and the broadcast is Lights, Camera, Action, anything to do with live broadcasting. If you've got questions about anything in the carousel, just scroll and you can see all the items that I can talk about. If you've got one you'd like me to talk about, please do ask. I've got in my office, well, I can prove it. If I go back over here and go here and go here, so just let me set this up. Okay, I've got everything ready to be demonstrated. Okay, so just have a look through the carousel and tell me which items you would like me to demonstrate, and I'm more than happy to do so. I just want to change the setting because in my office that is the wrong way around. That's the right way around. So we'll be talking about at some point Logitech C920X is there. Next to that is the 4-way USB from Anker. Then we have the Echo Dot Wi-Fi, TP-Link Deco Wi-Fi, or the Echo Dot. You know what an Echo Dot is. TP-Link is controlling the Wi-Fi today, and I'm actually broadcasting to you using it now. So I'm broadcasting wireless. Next to that are the Aftershokz headphones, which are hidden by the camera. X3 Pro earbuds, and then a Lamical stand together with the Samsung Galaxy S22, and we'll be talking about both those during the broadcast. In the corner here, that's my Microsoft Surface Book 2. Okay, so that completes everything. Oh, and here You are listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, which is down in the carousel. Okay, so that's everything up to date, and you can see that the stock is ready to be shown. And all you need to do is say, Stephen, talk about, and I will. But other than that, I do have a running order, and I'm going to try and stick with that. But I do want to say a big welcome to everybody, and thank you for actually watching me. So, on this hot day, first thing I'm going to tell you is that if I put a logo on screen, is that I'm broadcasting to you today using BeLive. Wherever you see that logo as BeLive, I'm going to be demonstrating BeLive to you because I'm going to show you all the facets of BeLive during this live broadcast, including playing YouTube video, showing images, showing text on screen, talking of text on screen. Just to confirm, I am broadcasting using be.live. And if you go to your search browser after this broadcast, you can find out more about it. So let's go to the first item in the carousel today, which is the Logitech Brio camera. Now, the Logitech Brio camera is today 33% off. It's $134.17 as opposed to $199. Now, you're actually watching it now. And let's just go through its main features. Go down here and go to Logitech Brio. And we're talking about, highlighted in the carousel at the moment, is Logitech Brio 4K webcam. I'm going to explain more about the webcam as we go along, but it is Ultra 4K HD video. Now, this means I'm broadcasting you in 720. There's 1080 and then there's 4K. That's up through the roof. That's the best that we as consumers can actually get at the moment on a webcam on a browser-based software, which is what I'm using at the moment. So I can't broadcast you in 4K. Now, technically, there is no reason. I've spoken to the people at BeLive and they say technically there is no reason. The thing is that we need to have the internet infrastructure for everybody to be able to broadcast in 4K. We just don't have it at the moment. And the other thing is that 720, which is what you're seeing now, is a reasonable representation. It is DVD quality, so it's not bad quality. And it's mobile friendly. If you're on watching me on mobile phone, thank you. But if you've got a data plan, then I'm being mobile friendly, because if I was broadcasting in 1080 or 4K, I'd be sending more information. The higher the number, the more pixels, the greater the information being sent, and the clearer the picture. Yeah. Now, why did I get this? I've just shown you a Logitech C920, which was my first external camera microphone. The thing about the Brio is that it does do 4K. And I was curious, what's all the fuss about 4K? Why is 4K so special? So I got the Logitech Brio camera. I installed it and it's installed straight away. It's USB-A, just plugs into your PC or Mac straight away. It's recognized by your PC or Mac because quite a lot of them have been sold. And today it's on 33% discount, which is a good reason to actually invest in a camera, because this camera is fantastic for Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. It's great quality. Yeah, it can broadcast in 1080. It can broadcast in 4K. 4K, the test that I did was simple and straightforward. I bought the camera from Amazon. I downloaded OBS, installed it. Then I added my camera to OBS. I added my YouTube account to OBS. I set the resolution to 4K. I just went live. And I went live on YouTube, and the results are astounding. If you compare a 4K video with a 1080 video, it's night and day. Yeah, it is so radically different and radically better to be able to broadcast in 4K. And now is the time to get involved in the 4K arena. I'm going to show you another 4K camera at the moment. There are more and more cameras coming along, but Logitech, I've had my other Logitech camera for 7 years. I've had this camera for 2 years. I know the quality of the build. I know that Logitech are a Swiss American company and they've built up their reputation based on innovation and reliability. So to me, it makes sense to actually have a Logitech camera. Right, now, I just mentioned a moment ago. Okay, noise cancelling. Okay, I was on a different show earlier. Noise cancelling microphone. The Brio has twin microphones which have noise cancellation built in. And this is important. As I just told you a moment ago, in the UK today, it's 84 degrees. Now, we don't do 84 degrees, so the windows are open and we can hear next door. And next door the other day, we're actually installing a new bathroom, which is okay, fine. No problem with that. But the sound of the drill was carrying across. But because I was using noise cancellation, nobody heard the drill on my live broadcast. And I've got the evidence. I actually filmed it with the sound that I heard versus the sound that was actually heard on the live broadcast. So with noise cancelling software or noise cancelling microphones, I mean, the drill's going now as if on cue. The drill is going again, but you can't hear it because I'm using noise cancelling software. So whilst the drill can be heard by me, it won't be heard by you. The most useful application is if you're on broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, and your dog barks. And your dog barks several times. If you've got noise cancelling on, then nobody will hear the dog apart from you. And that makes a whole deal of difference. You're used to your dog barking. People on Zoom aren't. So having a noise cancelling microphone is a boon. It's got high definition light auto correction. Now I'm going to demonstrate that. Because it's a beautiful sunny day, I don't actually need lights, but they may make a difference. So just give me a second and I'll get a light up on screen. And it's loading. I think it's loading. Always in a demonstration, you hope that things are going to go swimmingly and smoothly, but sometimes they don't. So let's just go and switch the light on. Okay, I'm using software to do this, which is why I'm not moving from the seat. So now I've got the lights on, but it's so bright outside. When I take the lights off, I'm going to tell you when I take the lights off. When I take the lights off, there is virtually no difference. And it's very difficult to actually make the point about high definition light auto correction when it's so bright. Basically, I can tell you about it though. And yeah, HD light auto correction. If you have no lights on at all, apart from the one light that I've got Logitech Litra light on, and you're going darker, then the camera will try and compensate by increasing your exposure. So good to have HD light auto correction. Wide field of view. I'm actually going to use the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is in the carousel, to demonstrate this. The camera can look out, and it's moment it's on top of my BenQ monitor, and it's looking out, and it can see a 90-degree field of view. In other words, it can see an arc like that. Yeah, that's the arc it can see. So it can see 90, 78, or 65. I'm going to demonstrate that to you in a moment. So you've got three fields of view, very useful for different purposes. Just to sort of make the point, it is 4 times the resolution of a typical HD webcam. Most webcams do 1080. This is doing 4K. Auto light adjustment, I tried to show you just then, is called right light. And as I just said, just to confirm it, it's got 3 fields of view. Yeah, 90, 78, and 65. Okay, now, my first rant of the day. Well, not rant, sort of. It's not really a rant, but it is done with some feeling. One of the things is that every camera you buy, every microphone you buy, every piece of kit you buy, generally speaking, has software to go with it. The software is free because you've bought the equipment, and you just go to the website and you download the software. Now, in terms of the Logitech camera, I'm just going to go down here. There is a piece of software called Logitech Capture, which is free. And you go to logitech.com, type in Logitech Capture, and you can download the software free of charge, install it. It recognizes your Logitech Brio straight away. It will also recognize Logitech C920, 922, 925, 930. In other words, every every Logitech camera going, apart from the Mevo, yeah, because Mevo's got its own software. But the software I'm about to show you now is Logitech Capture. And this is how you can take control of, just a minute, first of all, I need to do a little thing called starting the software. So bear with me a moment. Again, I'm just going behind the scenes and starting up the software. And I've changed color. I know I've changed color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly switch the light on, switch the light off, and we're back. Okay. When you load software, it tries to impose its own settings instead of your own. Right, now, I'm going to share the software on screen so you can see how the software works. So I'm going to screen share, and I'm going to go to a window, and the window I want is this one. And I'm going to bring the software on screen now. Okay, share screen. And this is Logitech Capture. It's Logitech Capture. This is the bare bones of Logitech Capture. This is easy to demonstrate, and I can show you exactly what the software can do. So if I switch that camera off and go Solo off, switch this camera on. Okay, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? I want to be this way around. Okay, and so that you can actually see what's going on, I'm just going to take the BeLive logo off the screen. Okay, so this broadcast is on be.live. So logo's gone. Then I'm going to go side by side. It takes a few minutes to set up, but it will be worth it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go widescreen. So bear with me, I'm going widescreen. Okay. Let's go side by side and I'll just describe the software to you. Okay. With the software, you can go down, you can go up, you can go left, you can go right. I'll come to the zoom in a minute. You can change the angle. Yeah. The other things you can do with the software, we probably won't cover all of it, but you can change the brightness, you can change the color, you can change the contrast and the auto white balance. And I've taken the auto white balance off, as you saw, and you can see the results of doing that. Sometimes a day you need it, sometimes you don't. Okay, if I switch it back on again, you will see I've gone brighter. And it's a question, this is oversaturated colors. It is a personal preference. I'm going to take that off. Okay, but the point I want to make and why I'm side by side is this. It looks as though, if you're watching me live now, I'm actually sat against a green screen. Well, that much is true. But if I zoom out once, twice, and go to 90 degrees, you will see that I'm sat in front of a green screen. Yeah, but this is my office, and it's a bit messy, isn't it? You've got the books, you've got the Samsung All-in-One PC, you've got a green screen which is angled behind me, you've got photography backdrops, all sorts of things. But what you're actually looking at now is the camera's default settings. If you just get the camera, plug it in, and use it straight away, these are the camera's default settings. It's only if you download the software that you can actually improve on that. And all I need to do is zoom in once, zoom in twice, and that's it. Go 78 degrees. These are my preferred settings. And I look like I'm actually in front of a green screen. Yeah, nobody knows, apart from you, of course. Nobody knows that I'm sat in front of a mess, a hot mess, because I'm still sorting out the photography backdrops. I don't mind a green screen as a backdrop. I can't use background removal software whilst I'm live on Amazon Live, because if I showed you something, if I demonstrated something with background removal software, then whatever I was demonstrating will get lost. It would tear the backdrop. Okay, so you've got to have a solid backdrop if you're going to be demonstrating product. Okay, so if you have any sort of Logitech camera, download the software, Logitech Capture, and get away from just using the camera default settings, because we can do better than that. And the software allows us total control of the camera and you can appear on camera as you want. Headroom, in the middle of the screen, looking at the camera. And that's the way we want to be on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Okay, so that's the Logitech Brio camera, which you're actually looking at now. And it is 33% discount today. So it's 134.17. Right, okay, the next item is not at the beginning of the carousel. At the moment, it's hiding at the end of the carousel. I do a lot of mobile video, and basically this has got a stabilizer built in, but I'm used to using a gimbal. Now down the carousel you will find the Hohem iSteady gimbal, okay, and this is the one I used last season. But this season I have got a brand new gimbal, and it is called, and it's a catchy title, it's the DJI OM5. Now, the purpose of a gimbal, primary purpose of a gimbal, two purposes. One is to keep your phone safe, and the second one, when you're actually walking somewhere, I just have to switch it on so we don't get the reflection. Okay, when you're actually walking somewhere and you using the phone, and you have the phone in your hand, like so, okay, lenses are over here, and you're walking along, you're naturally going to go up and down. As you stride, you're going to go up and down. Yeah. Now, this camera has a built-in stabilizer, which is very good, but I still prefer to use a gimbal. Right now, when I say I prefer to use a gimbal, I do. It's very true. But I only got this gimbal yesterday, so I can tell you about it. I can tell you I'm impressed by it. If I go here, let's go, just a minute. If I go here and I go to, where do I want to go? To gallery, and I go to video, and I go to there. Okay, this video that you can see here was actually shot using, I wish I could have downloaded this, but this is the video that I took yesterday with the DJI OM5, and just look how steady that is. I mean, the ground was uneven. This is the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire, and I'm trying to get the camera level. This is the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire, and I'll show you the full video later this week. And I downloaded it, but you can see how steady. I'm just holding the gimbal. The camera is in the gimbal, and it's just seeing's believing. This is the result of actually using a gimbal. Yeah, and as I say, later this week, in fact, I'll do it tonight. I'll actually sort out this video so I can actually play it for you. But I'm so impressed by the quality of the video. Yeah, I think we're showing it properly. Yeah, we are. Okay, so I'll give you the full effect next time. But this is actually shot using, it's just so steady. Oh, that's better. It is just so steady as I'm walking through the garden. Yeah, that's me pointing at the ground, and then we walk on, and smooth. That is so smooth. Okay, so I have tried the gimbal out. Okay, so I just wanted to prove that I'm actually talking after I've used it. So I used it yesterday. Beautiful day over in the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. But this is it. I'm going to show you it, and then I'll show you how to use it later this week. I'm still learning, but bear with me. So it's down the carousel at the moment. It's the DJI OM5 gimbal, and it has 4.5-star rating after 6,836 people have actually given it stars. Okay, so it's very popular. Right, are you ready for this? Okay, I only got this yesterday, so this is as close to as an unboxing as I'm going to get to. Okay, now this is the gimbal. and it's so small. I mean, I remember gimbals being yay tall. Okay, now what you do is you lift that out. That's it. Okay, that's step one. Okay, do you want to do that again? Because I've got that mastered. Okay, so the gimbal like that, and it goes into the case like that. I've got a comment coming in. Thank you for the comment, Booth, in a second. If you lift up like that, that's it. That's stage one. Okay, stage two. I love this. Stage two in using this gimbal, because you've seen the results of it, you know that it works, and that's the main thing. Stage two of using this gimbal, he said, is in here. This is the clamp with the magnetic circle, the magic magnetic circle. And what you do is you take your phone, and you can leave the case on, and about halfway down the phone, you put this on. Okay, and we'll get there. You want to make sure it's secure. Okay, so make sure that this is secure. Okay, so that's a couple of seconds. Okay, with practice, even less than that. You attach that to there. Okay, then, okay, you take this gimbal, which we had here, and you take your camera, which we have here. Just a minute, I just want to change something. Okay, we take the camera around here, and it's a very strong magnet. I'm reliably informed that the magnet on the OM5 is better than on the OM4, which is, well, I've never seen the OM4. So put that on there. That's it. That's how you attach it. It is stable now. I'm just going to make sure it's centered. A few seconds now saves, it just clicks into place actually. A few seconds now saves grief later. Okay, so it is securely held, and then you just switch the gimbal on. Hold the button for a couple of seconds, and the gimbal will switch on, and is now, he said, I had this yesterday, he's now ready for use. Okay, so I can now go to my favorite camera app, and I don't need to anymore. I mean, you can actually use this gimbal without using any of the major controls, which is pretty good. So I'm learning all the controls that are here. I've got my own software. When I go live, when I go using a gimbal and a mobile phone, I actually go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I've got it all set up. So it's important I get the signal right. But the thing is that using the gimbal, as we did a moment ago, if I go here and I go here, we can see, if I can turn this around, this is the video from yesterday, and it is just so stable. Yeah. So this video actually taken with the gimbal. I use the internal microphone, and I'm just impressed, and I will have the full video for you tomorrow. Let me just see if I can get to the phone and press play. And it should be playing now, so we'll bring it back around. But the thing about a gimbal is that it keeps it steady, yeah? And the other thing is that it keeps it safe. This is actually clamped, and the magnet is very strong. It's holding it safely. Okay, if you're holding a camera and shooting video, fine, if it's for personal use. If you want to put your video on YouTube, then you'd need a gimbal. Okay, simple as that. Stabilizer gimbal. And this gimbal, the OM5, together with the Samsung S22 Ultra, is a winning combination. It is a beautiful setup. And you're taking semi-pro video. I'm just going to go over here again, and just it's fighting me. It's fighting me. So what I best do now, that's just a short look. Next week I'll do a full demonstration. So I'm switching it off now, and it's going, well, it's going slightly off. Okay, it's now off. Now I can detach the phone. Okay, simple to put, just pulls off. Have a tight grip on both though, and then the clamp, which is halfway down the phone. All you need to do is, he said, is to take the clamp off, Okay, I'm doing it while I'm talking to you. So there's the clamp. Okay, now I am assuming that there will be spares available for this. Okay, but it takes some strength because this has got it's got an amazing grip. It's very, very strong. Yeah. And it just goes larger cameras. Samsung Galaxy S22 is 6.8 inches long and wide as well, with the curved screen, and the iPhone 12, iPhone 13, Galaxy 21, Galaxy 22 will fit in here, no problem. I'm pretty sure there'll be spares of these as well. You can tell the OM5 because the logo is different from the OM4. Okay, now that's the first use of the gimbal with your mobile phone. The second use of the gimbal, and I'm going to go here, is that the gimbal comes with a tripod stand. And basically, you put the tripod stand on, and you then have a tripod. You can then attach your phone in the way we did earlier, but you can pull out the tripod legs, and you can then use it as a static camera. I'm just going to go back a minute. So you can use it as a static camera. Now, if you download the Mimo software, which controls this gimbal, then you can get the gimbal to actually track your movement. Okay, so it's got AI tracking built in to the software, and you just need to get the Mimo app to actually activate it. Okay, so that is I'm going to put this back in its case. Okay, that is the gimbal. The thing is that the best camera you have is your mobile phone. Simple. The best camera you have is your mobile phone. And to my point of view, if you've got, just let me put this back together. I'm just practicing, as you know. So let's take this, twist it, pull it down. Okay, and that can now go in the bag. Okay, I'm doing all this one. Right, and then I can zip the bag up. Probably not like that, probably better than that. But there you see it. It's only arrived yesterday, so I've been able to show you something of it and to show you a video that I used the gimbal to create. So gimbals, brilliant, and it's a great hobby because the thing is, if you're wearing a Fitbit, yeah, which is down the carousel, what you're actually doing is you're doing steps. You forget it because you're actually shooting video, you're doing steps. And the other thing is that you're recording your, Angelica and I can look back on the video that I showed you a moment ago, which was this video. Just a minute. We can look back on, just let me turn the phone the right way up first. Okay. And if I go here, and it's that one, I turn sideways. When Angelica and I see this video, we're reminded of the day out yesterday. This is recording personal memories. Yeah, that's why you need to take video, to record your personal memories. The other thing is that I would love for you all to come over to Wiltshire and visit here, Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. Now, we all have lots of places on our bucket list, lots of places to go. If you can't make it here, then this video here will be on YouTube, and at least you can visit virtually. So the thing is that when Angelica and I go out, we go visiting country houses, castles, and country parks. I take video, not just for personal memory, but so I can put it onto YouTube and other people can watch it. So I've done videos about Stonehenge, I've done videos about Avebury and Salisbury, and now the Quartz Garden, and people actually watch them on YouTube. Get the SEO right, and people come and watch on YouTube. So you can use your phone to share where you live, the places you visit. And to do that, you just need a gimbal, really. And the one down the carousel at the moment is the one I bought yesterday. And you'll see more and more videos from me. Just a minute, I'm just tidying up. Just let me turn. My phone's gone sideways. Why has it gone sideways? Okay, just a minute. I'll go there and close all. Right, so I've done the phone housekeeping. Okay, so that is basically the gimbal, and we'll be seeing more of that in the coming days. Just a reminder, if you just started watching me, I'd like to say thank you. And your host is Stephen Healy from England. That's me. We're talking about live broadcasting. We talk about Logitech Brio, and we're going to talk about Samsung 22 Mobile shortly. I want to say a big thank you for watching and spending part of your day with me. Ask me questions if you've got them. And I've got a comment that came in earlier, and I'm going to take it now. And the comment says, very compact. And that is from Big T, who commented on Amazon Live. Thank you for the comment. It is very compact. It is, as I say, if you compare the carrying case for the Hohem gimbal with the carrying case from the DJI, yeah, this is definitely compact, and this is, of course, an original DJI. I always told myself that someday I would actually get a DJI gimbal, and I have. I'm happy, and I've tested it, and it works, and everything is going swimmingly well. Okay, so thank you for the comment. Thank you for joining me. And if you make a comment on Amazon Live, if you've got any questions, just type it in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to go on to is this. And I just need to set my carousel up. Just a moment. The next item in the carousel, zoom in right back to the beginning, is this, which is, well, I'm going to put its title on screen, then I'm going to show you. Basically, the way I do this is I've got a crib sheet for every single item, because there's no way that if showing you all these items, I can remember everything. So we're talking now about the Samsung. I just need to make a change. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go here and here. Right, we're talking about Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. And today it is 1196.18, which is, oh wow, 8% off. So if you click the link in the carousel, you'll get 8% off the price of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It is the best phone I've had. It's this year's flagship model. It's the best phone that Samsung do, and it's actually right here. Okay, so the story, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you the story of the Samsung Galaxy S22. I'm going to show you some images taken with this mobile phone. Yeah, because I mean, I can tell you about this, but I'd rather show you. So I'm going to show you some photographs, and I'm going to show you a video taken with this. Now, the phone itself, you can have 256 gig, or my friend Guy Cook in Walla Walla has got 512. So you get different memories. It got an 8K camera and video, and well, I'll show you what it can do. It's got the brightest display that Samsung have ever done. And the thing is that if I go here and I go here, I can scroll through and I can see that in bright sunlight. Yeah, so this is Facebook, and I'm just scrolling through my personal feed. Yeah, as we go through. Yeah, it's got the brightest display. I mean, if we look outside, which we can, just a minute. If we look outside, he said, it's a beautiful, bright, sunny day. In fact, it couldn't be much brighter. Alexa, what's the temperature?
At the moment, it's 29 degrees Celsius. Tonight, you can expect a low of 15 degrees.
Okay, it is currently 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, just a note, in the UK, we don't have aircon. Less than 5% of homes and offices have aircon. Yeah, so if it's 86 degrees outside, then it must be 87 degrees inside. So there you have it. It's 87 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment. Okay, so yes. I'm much happier with sort of between 60 and 70. Right, but back on point. This has got the brightest display I've seen. Now, do you remember the Galaxy Note? The Galaxy Note used to have an S Pen. Yeah, this is the S Pen on the Samsung Galaxy S22. And if I go here, yeah, I'm just going here, and I'm going to try and put this full screen. Then I can use it to write hello. Okay, just let me, just want to get rid of that and go here. And I'm trying to make this, I've changed something on the phone. But you can see I've just written hello with a pen. The thing about pen is 7 different apps that are actually on the mobile phone itself, which you can use. You can always import things. It's brilliant for actually just scrolling, doing anything that you want without physically touching the screen, getting fingerprints all over. The other thing is if you're taking a photograph, and let's pretend I'm taking a photograph. Okay, so if I go for camera, okay, so just a minute, I need to do something. If I go for camera, yeah, and I'll go over here, down there, it's better, up there. Okay, it's just to prove that this is live. You can use the S Pen with air gestures to actually take the shot. I'm not going to take that shot, but you can use the S Pen for air gestures. Okay, and I'm going to quickly close that because I don't really need that. Okay, it's got long battery life. I can charge this overnight and it's good for 30 hours. Yeah. It's got 8K Super Steady video. Now, I did an 8K Super Steady video, which I'm going to show you, but it's got 2 modes. 8K, because it's got a stabilizer built in, you can do 8K video and it's very stable. Yeah, it doesn't go up and down too much. If you drop down to 1080p, lower the resolution, not quite as good a picture, then you can do Super Steady, which is impressive. It can take photographs. Yeah. And it can also do nightography. So it can take photographs at night. And as my partner Angelica said, if I go here, just give me a second, I'll just give you an example. Just let me close this down. I'm going to close all, and I'm going to go here. I like doing little practical things so that you get an idea. I'm going to go to the gallery. And just a minute. This photograph, and I'm going to try and get close to the camera. Okay, and you won't get it, you get a representation. That was 9:30 at night last night, and it looks like daylight. Now, there was light coming down from the house on the left, but that is a photograph taken in the dark. That is nightography. Okay, and plus we've already said it's got portrait mode as well. Okay, the cameras, 108 megapixel, 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, and the nightography lens. So 5 lenses on the back. I can name 4 of them. It's got an adaptive color system, which we'll talk about, color contrast, but that's why you can see it in bright sunlight. It's got a long-lasting battery with fast charging. Now, for fast charging, you need a brick. I've put a brick down in the carousel. Next, if you scroll past the phone, mobile phone, you'll see a brick from Ugreen. We talked a moment ago about the embedded S Pen. Okay, the other thing I like about this is, remember the photograph? The other thing I like about this is it is embedded. It goes into the case there. Okay. If I'd gone out of the room and forgotten to put that back, I get a message on the phone which says, have you forgotten your S Pen? Which is golden for me. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. It's unlocked by Samsung, so you can go to your favorite carrier and get your SIM card. It is dual SIM. Yeah. So you can have 2 sets of 2 phones, 2 sets of text messages. The dimensions, it is 6.8 inch and it's got WQHD and an edge screen, 120 hertz adaptive refresh rate, which goes down to 1 depending on the circumstances. Recharging, yeah, 45 watts, 5000 milliamp. So 45-watt charging is possible. If you do wireless charging with 15 watts, which takes longer, and you can have wireless power share. We said the rear camera is 108 megapixels, the front camera is 40 megapixels, and this was released on February 9th, 2022. I'm just chuffed, happy to actually have this phone. And it is a brilliant phone to actually have. So released February 9th, 2022. Okay, now, as I said, I can blab for Britain, and I can tell you all the wonderful things, but it's much better, I feel, if I actually show you. If I go here, I'm going to play you a little video. This video is shot with the Samsung Galaxy S22. Right, so I shot that video using the S22, and it basically set that to music, and you've got a beautiful relaxation video, but it's only 30 seconds long. Right, okay, I'm going to show you a longer video now, because I think one of the main features of this is the quality of the video you actually get. And I just want to make sure of one thing, and that is my microphone still on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play you another video, possibly, just a minute. Or have I lost it? I think I lost it. I've lost the video. If you're doing a live demonstration and something goes wrong, don't panic. Don't panic. What I need to do, I need to find it again. Wow. I knocked it out of my carousel. Just a moment. I just need to, I'm going to close something and open something. But I do want to show you this video because it's, well, if for nothing else, it's a good representation of what the camera on the Samsung Galaxy S22 can actually do. And I'm just waiting for YouTube. I'm going to close another thing as well. Okay, so the only thing I've got open now is the studio. It's good at this point, just take a break while I'm actually finding the video, which I misplaced earlier. And I'm going to go, I'm just going to say this, your host is Stephen Healy from England. We're talking about live broadcasting, Logitech Brio. We're looking at Samsung S22 mobile now. I do want to say thank you for watching, for spending part of your day with me. If you are enjoying the broadcast, then there's one thing you could do, if you would, and that is, just a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I've got it confused it. I don't want it there. Can I put it over there? Right, okay, you can follow me. In fact, you can follow any Amazon live broadcaster. It's a win-win situation because basically we're all independent broadcasters. We don't work for Amazon. We do earn a commission, but we don't work for Amazon. Okay. And if you follow somebody, you're actually building your own personal television station. Now, I follow 250 live broadcasters. There are over 2,000 of us, we think. And I enjoy watching other people's shows to actually learn things. So it's absolutely brilliant that you can follow people. Build up your own television channel so you never lose a person. Once you've seen somebody you like, and as I say, I've got quite a few broadcasts I do like, I basically follow them. And then I don't lose track of their broadcasts. If I click the following tab up above you on Amazon Live, then all will be good. So I'm just trying to find a video. I'm going over to my YouTube channel. and I'm just going over to videos. This might take a second because I'm actually live at the moment on YouTube. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello to everybody on Facebook. If you want to join us on Amazon Live, just click the link down in down up in the notes. Hello, Barry. Barry's joined us on Facebook. Thank you, Barry. And I'm just going to look at the videos. The other thing is that this is loading exceedingly slow. Okay, I'm going to find the chickens for tomorrow. Okay, but I can show you a mobile video though. I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to play you a short mobile video, and we're going to go to Salisbury Cathedral. And this was shot using a gimbal, the home gimbal down in the carousel. And if I go here, yeah, what I'm going to do is we're going to take a tour around. This is the beauty of shooting video on mobile. We're going to take a look around Salisbury Cathedral, which was built in the 12th century. Is 25 minutes from where Angelica and I live, and it's just the most awe-inspiring place to visit. Visit virtually with me now. I'm going to show you the inside, the cloisters, and then we're going to go and take a look outside. So this video was shot using gimbal and using the microphone that is down in the carousel, which I'm going to highlight now. So if I just go here, I'm just setting this up, okay? I'm looking for something. I will find it. I found it. Okay, this is using professional grade microphone, which is down the carousel at the moment. I'm going to shut up now and just play the video. And it is a great place to visit. It's something about Salisbury. And say hello to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch. Hopefully I'm live on my website too, as we take this walk around Salisbury Cathedral. This is going to be a short broadcast, but hopefully it's a successful one. I can't see your comments because I'm actually just following around the cloisters. Okay, now the plan is we'll walk around the four sides of the cloisters and try and avoid people. But Salisbury for centuries has been a place of pilgrimage, just in the same way that pilgrims in Spain go on pilgrimages. Then this is one of the places that people from Europe used to come and visit. We're about to go past a door in a moment, a very special door. So we head towards the end of the corridor, and this piece is closed off. There are gardens through that door. We can go out into the gardens, but we're coming up the third side of the cloisters. And if I go over here, then I can give you an idea of what he said standing up, what the cloisters actually look like. It is a beautiful sight. As I just pan round to the cathedral itself, and hopefully I can just climb down again. Okay, 1, 2, we're down. Okay, so now on our right, and it will be described in a moment on this poster here, this is the chapter house. And the chapter house, we can sort of look through the glass, but that's where there is one of the copies of the Magna Carta from 1215. And it's one of the original copies made at the time of the original. It's one of only 3 existing copies of the Magna Carta. And if you go through that doorway, then you can read and see the story of the Magna Carta. And then, right, what I'm going to do now, because this is a YouTube video, is I'm going to zoom forward and take you to the exterior of the cathedral. Okay, because you've seen the inside. Now let's zoom forward. If I go here, hopefully this will work. If it doesn't work, I'm going to come back, but I should be able to go here and here and here and here, and we'll look at the external cathedral. And you can read as we go around, and there's nobody walking around here. We're quite safe until I get to the edge. Then what I'm going to try and do is go up, and if I zoom out, you get some idea of what the cathedral actually looks like. I'm just going to try and adjust here because I do want to get it. That's it. I'm going right to the top of the spire, and it will be cold up there today, and then coming down. Sorry for being juddery, but we're actually coming down the external walls of the cathedral. Okay, so it is the 20. It was the 21st December last year, and I'm just going on my phone now, on the phone. So if I go here, wait a minute, go here, and I'm going to my own profile on the phone. So let's go to my profile, and there's my profile. Right, okay, this is my profile. Yeah, and if we go down here, and I go to here, then just give me a second. And I'm just going on my phone now. Right. Okay. I'm live on the phone. I'm live on Facebook as well as on YouTube and of course on Amazon Live. And this is the feed that's going through there at the moment, the live feed. And if I turn that sideways, nothing's going to happen. But that's the Samsung Galaxy. We've seen. I just need to show you one more thing, if I can find it. Just a minute, and then we'll move on. Okay, so let's put this full screen. Okay, and that's not Salisbury Cathedral. It is, in fact, if I go here, these are, and I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, so we've seen the cathedral, so I can hide that. I'm going to go picture in picture. Not that way around, this way around. These are photographs taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22. So let's put that back in the carousel. Okay, so give me a second. I'll catch up with you. Just a second. Yeah, found it. Samsung Galaxy S22. We've got it. So it's down in the carousel at the moment. These are photographs actually taken with the camera. Remember, it's an 8K camera. And if I go here, we should come to the beginning in a second. Okay, so Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra videos and images. I've just showed you a video. These are the images. 2 weeks ago, we went to Bourton-on-the-Water and to Birdland, which is in the Cotswolds, in the centre of England. And I took this photograph of the flamingos, but I managed to get a little bit closer. I managed to zoom in. So here are the flamingos at Birdland in Bourton-on-the-Water in England. And this was July 2022. And it was just a beautiful sunny day out. Well, a few clouds about. And we saw the flamingos. They've also got penguins. Now, I was actually stood 30 foot away from the penguin enclosure, and you can see 5 of them are actually asleep. One of them's awake, but this is 2 hours before feeding time, so they're just having a kip asleep before they have the food. And again, taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. The next photograph is a very special photograph to me. This was one that was taken on the day. This is my partner, Angelica, and behind Angelica, you can see the flamingos and the trees and the wildfowl. I just love the photograph. So does Angelica. That is now her profile photo on Facebook. And I'll tell her I used it later. Shh, don't tell her. Don't tell her. I'll tell her. Let me tell her first. Now, this is how our garden and it is, as you can see, a wild garden. Story behind this, as I go to the second photograph, is that there used to be a tree here, and this is a zoomed in photograph. There used to be a tree here which was felled by the tree surgeon, and over the years Angelica had collected wildflower seeds. Now wildflower seeds come in white packets without any writing on, so she'd no idea what the wildflowers were. So she poured all the seeds into a biscuit tin, an empty one by the way, and shook them up and then just onto the soil, and this is the magnificent result. The wild garden in full bloom. And again, picture with the camera, mobile phone we're looking at the moment. This is the Crammer, and the Crammer is a man-made pond. The left-hand tree behind that, you might just be able to make out St. James's Church, which is our church. And then you've got the workers' cottages, which are now desirable residences. And then you've got the man-made pond in front. Now we get Canadian geese, we get mallard ducks, we get swans, we get pigeons, we get all sorts of wildfowl actually visiting us. This is just outside the town centre, and it's a great place just to sit in peace and tranquility, listening to the birds and a photograph. Just, well, I'm not the world's best photographer, but I do love that photograph. Now, we spoke earlier about my being in Devizes. This is 93 miles away from London, and I love the composition of this photograph. The car's parked on the left, the no parking line down the right hand side of the road, so nobody's going to park there. And then outside the shop they've got their wares, and it just, the symmetry of this is just good. Now, we talked a moment ago, and we're talking about the Samsung Galaxy, about nightography, and it does the best nightography I've seen. It's almost daylight. This photograph was taken at 11 o'clock at night, and the four small lights, I'm going to try and point to them, but you can't see me pointing, so I won't. The four lights are from Amazon, of course, and they're providing enough of a light source for the camera to be able to see something I couldn't see. And this photograph was taken solely by the camera. I had no hand in it. I just pointed it. Again, these are my favorite photographs with the Samsung Galaxy. Commonwealth Games has just ended in Birmingham in England, and before the Commonwealth Games, the Queen's baton went around the world to different Commonwealth countries. It came to Devizes, and the Shire horse there is one of 4 that deliver Monday to Friday, deliver cask ale to local pubs. And today, though, was different. About 500 people gathered in the town square to see off the relay runner who was sat in the cart behind, and it was just a magnificent day. And we were there at 7:30 in the morning to actually celebrate the baton. After it left Devizes, that's how you spell Devizes, it then went on to Stonehenge, and then from Stonehenge to Bath, and then from Bath to the Games in Birmingham. Okay, so that is the Samsung Galaxy S22. It's here. It is the flagship phone from Samsung this year. It is the best phone that they've ever produced, the best phone I've ever owned. It does everything you want and more, and you can make phone calls with it as well. You can receive calls, you can send text. Dual SIM, yeah, so you can have 2 phone numbers on the same phone. I think that's about it, apart from putting its name up again. It is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to go back and say this is lights, camera, action with Stephen. And what we're going to do now is, having looked at several things in some depth, is we're now going to carry on with, if I go here, I'll get there, just a second. And okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to put the phone back on its stand. Okay, so the phone's safely back on its stand. I'm back here. We're going to do 10 carousel items in 30 minutes. So anything can happen, probably will. Thank you for watching me live. And if you have any questions about anything in the carousel, then please do ask. So let's wind back to the beginning. the featured item now is Logitech Brio. You're actually watching it now. Logitech Brio camera is 33% off today. It's a 4K camera. You can broadcast in 4K to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, to YouTube. Use OBS, add the camera, set the destination to YouTube, turn it up to 4K, and you have the best quality live video on YouTube that you ever expected to see. Yeah, a 4K. I mean, 4K. It's just getting going. Is 4K. Now is the time to get involved, and with a 33% discount on this mobile, on this beautiful Logitech Brio, now is the time. Yeah, get involved. So, where do we go? So that's Logitech Brio. Next item is the OBSBot Tiny, and we said if I go here and I go here, just a second. We'll talk about more about the OBSBot Tiny, but this is the OBSBot Tiny. It is the one in the carousel is a 4K camera. It has the built-in lens is above the body. It takes 4K video. It has AI tracking, and it has 3 preset positions, which I'm going to show you. I can show you the 3 preset positions now. Okay, first thing is that it can go on the desktop, it can go in the garden, okay, or it can go to me. Okay, and this is the OBSBot 4K. So it can go to me. Yeah. So it's got 3 preset positions. It's got a 4K lens, and also in addition to that, it has AI tracking. Now I'm going to show you what that is. Basically, if I click one button on the software, okay, this is the OBSBot 4K tracking. And if I go back a bit, okay, I'm going back, this, fingers crossed. If I stand up, okay, the camera will actually follow me. And if I go over here, I'm going to close the door on my way, but I can go over here and the camera is actually following me around the room. And it's, I just want to shrink something, still following me, you can see. It's making sure that I'm in frame. And I can stand here and rest for a moment. But it does mean that I can actually present stood up. And if I zoom in a little, which I can do on the fly, just let me zoom in. Okay, it's got 4 times zoom. Okay, that's better. It's got 4 times zoom, which means that you can zoom in 4 times. Okay, it's got the AI tracking, and this means that it will actually follow me around the room. And it's also a conference camera. If you imagine a conference table with 6 people sat around the table, put the OBSBot Tiny in the middle. That means the microphone is in the middle and it can pick up everybody's voice around the table. That's 1. 2, you have somebody controlling the camera with the software, and then as each speaker starts speaking, the camera moves to them. So you can go from one speaker to the next speaker to the next speaker, and you can broadcast your conference over Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. It's easily done, all with the one camera, center of table, and basically you can have a live video conference. And for the price, it's just an amazing value. It is a PTZ camera. It can pan, tilt, and zoom. If I go forward, it's actually move. As I move, it's moving up. It's just so powerful. The other thing is that it's got fast tracking as well. And if you had somebody doing a 100-yard race, you could set it to track them from the beginning, and the camera would track them all the way to the end. So in terms of cameras, we said earlier that the Logitech Brio has a 90-degree field of view. Because the OBSBot is on a two-axis gimbal, it's got a 180-degree field of view. Yeah, so it can go around and it can see everybody around the table and it can track you. And it does mean that I can present stood up as well as sat down, which I do occasionally. I'm doing more actually. and presenting while I'm stood up rather than sitting down. So the OBSBot is more than your ordinary camera. It's the most fun you can have with the camera. And that's serious fun. This is the ability to actually broadcast in 4K. This is the ability to actually track people. It is the ability. And the other thing is, if I go here, and I'm just going to go to the desktop again, which will give me a minute. So I can actually sit down now. Okay. So I've sat down. I'm still here. Okay. This is the second view. The other view was the garden, and we've got 4x zoom, so I can show you we're actually looking through a window, and then I'm going to zoom in to 4x. Okay, I can then go to the desktop. I can then go to me. So you've got 3 preset positions. You've got the AI tracking. It's everything you want in a camera. In terms of a PTZ camera, pan, tilt, and zoom camera, it's quite probably the most cost-effective on the market. Now the next camera, that's the 4K camera. Let's come back to the Brio for a moment. And I'm going to take that off screen. Let's come back to the Brio for a moment. Well, I changed cameras. I've got 2 OBSBots. I bought the original OBSBot, which is the one I'm going to show you now. And I was so impressed by it that when the 4K came out, I got the 4K pretty well straight away. But I'm showing the OBSBot Tiny now, and I can actually show it to you if I go here. Okay, now that's a beautiful photograph, but not the one I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you, first of all, is I can go here. Okay, this is my monitor. It's the BenQ monitor. It's down in the carousel. It's 27 inches. It's high quality, high res. This is Logitech Litra Lite, which is down the carousel. I don't need any lights today. If I did, I'd use that. There's the Logitech Brio camera, and there's the OBSBot Tiny 4K. Now, the OBSBot Tiny 4K is perched on top of the monitor. The next one I'm going to show you, however, this is the OBSBot down in the carousel. This is the original OBSBot. And the original OBSBot is down in the carousel for $169. It's a 15% discount today. 15% discount. Basically, this OBSBot is 2x zoom and 1080. That's the main differences. All the other features I've shown you on the 4K are available on this camera too, such as the AI tracking and the 3 presets. In fact, one piece of software controls both cameras. But this camera is actually on a tripod, and that means it's totally different. If I go back here for a moment, if I go back to here and I go back to the BenQ monitor, you can see that the 2 cameras are on top of the monitor and my eye level is there. So actually look at the camera, I've got to look up, and that is a learned skill. Because I've got this OBSBot on a tripod, then all I need to do is to look at the camera. Yeah, it's at eye level. Yeah, I'm not looking up, I'm not looking down, not looking left or right. I'm looking straight at the camera and straight at you. And if you're going on a Zoom call, what I would suggest you do is to put your camera on a tripod and just look at the camera. You forget everything else that's going on. Just look at the camera, concentrate on the camera. And if you do that, if you look at the camera, then it looks to the people who are watching you live on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, that you are looking directly at them. Looking directly into the camera is the way to grab people's attention. It's the way to make contact, to make eye contact, to get a conversation going, especially in a Zoom scenario where, well, no, I'm not going to go there, but your best approach is to put your camera on a tripod and just look into the camera. Okay, and the third preset on this, we've looked at the monitor, we've looked at me, and we've looked now outside. 3 presets on the camera, and you can, this is the view out over the rooftops, and you can see beautiful sunny day. Okay, so those are, come back to me, those are OBSBOTs. I've got 2 of them. They are amazing cameras, more than your normal static, we call it static camera, which sits on top of your monitor. Now, just a note, if you've got a Brio, or if you've got any Logitech camera, in the base of the camera, just a minute, in the base of the camera is a thread. You can either put the camera on top of your monitor, like so, yeah, like that, or you can put it on a tripod simply by threading it into there. And that's how you do it, simply done. And then you can put the tripod anywhere on your desking, and it's easier to look into the camera. Point made. I'm not going to reinforce it, but that's available on every Logitech camera, and of course on the OBSBOTs that we've just been looking at. Okay, so don't forget the thread, and do try out your camera on a tripod. Okay, right, next item in the carousel, and we're doing 10 items in 30 minutes. Samsung Galaxy, I talked about, if I go just a minute, I just need to switch cameras back again. Okay, it won't take a second, don't go anywhere. I just need to go down here, and I should be back. I am back, yeah, and go here, and then I want to go to here. Okay, we looked at the Samsung Galaxy. The Samsung Galaxy is here, but you'll notice that the Samsung Galaxy is actually in a case. Yeah. Okay, this is the case. This is the case that's down the carousel now. This is the Nilkin camshell case made specifically for the Samsung S22. It's got a camera shield on the back. Okay. It's got 4 reinforced corners. It's patterned, so you're not going to lose your grip on it. It's even patterned on the edges. The cutouts for the USB and for the S Pen. The S Pen comes out through the case, okay, on the Samsung Galaxy S22 and back in, okay, and just so easy to do. Right, so that's the case. I'm going to put that back in the stand. Just talking of the stand for a moment. Down in the carousel, you'll find this delightful Lamicall stand. Okay, and if I go here, yeah, it's featured now. It said, this is the Lamicall stand, which takes larger phones. It sits on your desktop or wherever you want to put it. Starts like that. You can angle it back like that. You can raise and lower the bar. It, like all Lamicall stands, this is extremely well made and well designed. I want to say thank you to Lamicall for actually sending me this, by the way. But I've got my own Lamicall stand, which I bought years ago. Lamicall basically do the best design and great quality. So that's how I store my Samsung Galaxy S22. It takes larger phones, so iPhone 12, iPhone 13, and your camera just simply sits on the stand, and that's it. You're done. Okay. Right. Back to me. Okay. Right. And just a note, it is currently 87 degrees in my office. We don't do aircon in the UK at all. We don't need it, but it is 87 degrees today, and it's pretty hot. Okay, right. That was just to give me a breather, literally. Okay, so let's carry on. And down in the carousel now, which I can't show you. If you've got a mobile phone, if you've got the iPhone, or you've got the Galaxy 22, 21 or 22, and you want to charge it quickly, the unit down in the carousel at the moment, the Ugreen 30 watt, a USB, actually charge. I use it and it charges my phone in under an hour. So it is a very reliable phone charger. It can charge your phone. That says lights, camera, action at 4 o'clock. My diary is wrong. Okay. So that is the Ugreen charger. Okay. Also down the carousel, just as a note, is a widget. Okay. When I'm broadcasting on mobile, I do use the lapel microphone. This is the said microphone. Just a second. Just a minute. It's here somewhere. I know it is. Just a sec. Right. Okay. Down the carousel now is the lapel microphone, and I do use this lapel microphone when I'm doing my mobile video. The lapel microphone, it's got a cover on, microphones in there. It's got a crocodile clip. If I click the crocodile clip, the lapel microphone simply attaches like so. Yeah, that's basically how it starts. And hopefully, I should be able to show you this. It should be in here. It is. Okay. Now, I've been using this with my old mobile phone on a 3.5mm jack, and it worked perfectly. And it's a beautiful microphone. You just heard it when we went around Salisbury Cathedral. This was the microphone that I was actually using, an external lapel microphone, which gives better quality to the sound. Basically, if you've got a more modern phone and you want to use your lapel microphone, then what you can do is, just a minute, we'll get there. Down the carousel is this widget, and it's a 3.5mm to USB converter. You basically just plug in there like that, and there's the audio cable, there's the USB. The USB then just plugs into your mobile phone, and you can use your favorite lapel microphone, wired lapel microphone, on your modern mobile phone and just continue to use it. Yeah. Right. I do want to say a big thank you to every one of you for actually watching me live today. I do appreciate it. Just a minute. What's that say? Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to bring this video on screen. I'm going to replay it. Come back to me. Okay, I want to say a big thank you for actually watching today. You who have been watching, go here. Stephen Healy, live from Wiltshire, England. Thank you for joining me. We've been talking about live broadcasting. We've looked at Logitech Brio and the Samsung Galaxy S22. I want to say a big thank you for watching me today. I'm back again tomorrow at 11 AM Eastern for a longer show, and hopefully it's not going to be cooler, but I'm going to get some ice packs from somewhere and a fan, and I'll cool the office because, as I say, today it is 87.6 degrees and climbing. So, from wonderful Wiltshire in England, thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye for now. I'll see you all again soon. Bye. That's a wrap.